So what we discussed in earlier class, in last class we discussed about creating new commands. Last class we discussed about creating new commands. Okay. In yesterday class we discussed about creating new commands. So how we can create the new command? We discussed in earlier classes. So how we can remember previous class? So first we create the file with the user defined name. So after that we make that file as a executable file. So after that we create one directory. The directory name is bin. In that bin you are going to move that file to bin. After that you can execute that permission simply. Okay. Now in this class we are going to discuss about command arguments and parameters. We discuss about these two, the command arguments and parameters. What is the command arguments and the parameters? When we are giving the command, so first we all know about what is argument. Okay, so this is the command ls. I'm giving the ls command. There is no options and arguments. Okay, now I give ls hyphen l. Now hyphen l is the option. What is the option? You can change the representation of the output. ls means we get some output. Now by using this option you can change the representation of that output. Now the same command I'm giving like this, ls hyphen l. I give file name, for example file1. Okay, now just wait. So now it displays only the file1 details. The file1 details. What that means, ls is the command, hyphen l is the option, file1 is the argument. Okay, that means this we are called as a parameter or argument. So how many parameters we send? We send only one parameter. So how many arguments means? One argument. If I give like this, ls hyphen l file1 sample2, that means in this case file1 sample2, these three are the arguments to the command ls. Okay, so now the argument 1, how the operating system, the Unix operating system identifies the first argument means by using $1. Okay, so $1 means first argument, $2 means second argument, $3 means third argument. Okay, we can discuss in detail in our future classes. So now you are going to remember that the arguments whatever you are giving to a command, those can be represented like this. If I give 1 2 3 three arguments, the first argument is represented with the $1, the second argument is represented with the $2, and vice versa, the third argument is representing with the $3. I hope you understand that. So what is the argument? So ls is the predefined command. For that you are providing hyphen l is the option. After that you are giving the three arguments. One is file1 sample2 in this case. Now the $1 means first argument, $2 means second argument, and $3 means third argument. Okay, so in this way you can organize the arguments to a command. Now we come into our actual. So what is the topic today? Command arguments and parameters. What it means, in previous class you create one command. So for that you are not passing any arguments. Now you are going to create one command that accepts the arguments and parameters. Okay, so for example, at the end of the class you all are going to able to tell the procedure how we can provide the parameters to a command. For example, I can give this cal. What is the output? So cal. So that means there is no argument. If I give cal John 2020, now the cal is the command name, Jan is the argument 1, 2020 is the argument 2. Now you are going to create one user defined command to accept these two arguments. In runtime, I am going to give another month, another year. Then also it displays the correct answer. Okay. Now we can see that at the end of this class, you are going to write this procedure for cal. So we can discuss another example now. So for example, so how we are going to change the permissions of a file. So how we can change the permissions of a file? For example, I want to change the permission of sample. How? chmod plus x sample. In this way, you can change the permission of a file sample. Okay. Now, so for this command chmod, this is the plus x is the option. For this command, I am going to give one argument, one parameter compulsory. So that means when you are using the change mode, compulsory you are going to provide one file name. Is it correct or not? Yes, it is correct. So for chmod, so compulsory you are going to give the argument, the sample argument. Here the sample is the argument. Okay. So now whenever you create any command, in our previous class we create one command, the command name is wd command. In previous class we create one command wd. Okay. So now, so for that wd, what is the second step? You are going to provide the execution permission. Okay na? First we create the execution permission. For example, I create a file echo. So how we can provide the execution? chmod plus x. So after that, compulsory you are going to give the argument 1. How we can identify the argument? $1. Okay, so $1 is, so whatever you are going to give at the time of execution, the first argument that is stored in the $1. Okay, space, and I am redirect to one file. The file name is, for example, cx. Now cx is the command, user defined command created by you, and the content is chmod plus x $1. What it means? chmod, you are providing the execution for first argument. Now we can check that cat cx. So chmod plus x $1. Now first I make this ch as a executable file. How? sh cx. If you give the enter, then it returns error. Why? It missing operand plus x. For what file we are going to provide the plus x? So I can provide one argument for this sx cx. Again I give the cx. Here the cx is the command name. Here the cx is the file name. What we are doing? For the cx file, you are going to provide the permission. Okay. So here you have create one cx file, cx command. For the cx file, first you can provide the execution permission ls -l cx. Okay. So these are the default permissions. Now I am going to permit this, grant execution permission this for this cx. How? sh cx cx. That's it. Now you can see that in previous in previous command there is no execution permission. But after executing this shcx, then it becomes executable file. Now I move this file to this bin. So move cx to bin. In previous class we create the bin. Okay. Now if I give like the cx, then it is now the cx is changed to bin. That's why we get the error. Okay, so now we can see one example. For example, I create a file cat sample 15. Okay, sample 15. Hi friends, how are you? Okay, then I can check the permission ls-l sample 15. Now, so these are the default permissions for sample 15. How you can change the permission? In normally chmod plus x and you can give sample 15. Okay, in this way you are going to change the permissions. Without this, by using the simple command we created cx sample 15. That's it. Cx sample 15. You can observe that the permissions of the file will be changed. So initially it is rw hyphen, now rwx, rwx, r hyphen x. So how we can change? By making this cx command. In this cx command, so this is the user defined command, but it accepts one argument here. Here sample 15. I hope you all are understand. So how you can accept the arguments for user defined commands. Now we can see another example. For example, I want to create a new command. The command name is d. For example, the command name is d. If I press d, it displays the date. It displays the date. How we can make that? We can make that by using echo and date and redirect it to a file d. That's it. Okay, now the date is stored in d file. The date is stored in d file. Now how I can make this as an executable file? How we can make this as an executable file? By using chmod, all these things. Instead of this, we can use cx. Instead of this, we can use cxd. That's it. cxd. Now the permission of the d will be changed to execution. Now I can change the d to bin. If I press d now, command not found. Now I can change move d to bin. Now if you press d, then it displays the date. Okay, I hope you all are understand how we can make a command to accept the argument. So cxd, that means the cx is user defined command. It accepts the d as the argument. I hope you all are understand. So how we can make the commands to accept the arguments. Okay, so now when we start the class, what we discuss at the end of the class, you are going to know. So if we give cal jan 2020, then it displays the message. Now you create a, now you can write the procedure how we can make this cal command. So for example, I am going to use c command. When I give the c space, I give number feb and 2020. If I give like this, now it prints calendar, so February 2020. If I give the C AUG 2018, then it prints August 2018. Okay, so now you can try to write this and send your document to the mail provided to you in earlier time. Okay, I hope today I have small meeting, so I conclude today. Now if you have any doubts, ask me. So 2:30 today we are going to close the session. Anybody have any doubts? F5? Okay. So this is about how we are going to create some new commands and command arguments and parameters. Okay. So for this we can see how we can write the procedure. So for example, we can see that we have another 5 minutes. Meanwhile, we can see this procedure. So I'm going to write cal okay cal. After that I give two arguments. So first argument is $1, second argument is $2, and I can store in a file name known as a C. Okay, cat C means say cal $1, $2. Now I make this as a executable file. Already we create a one file. How we can make the executable file? By using the cx. Already we create now C. That's it. So cx C. Now so C is to become a executable file. Now I can move this C to bin. Now C is moved to bin. Now you can give C February 2020. Displays the February 2020. Okay, if I give C August 2018, it displays August 2018. I hope you all are understand how I can make these commands. So if anybody have any doubts, so raise your doubts, or you can place your doubt in the chat box, or you can ask by unmuting your mic. Okay, simple procedure. You can write this procedure and send the assignment to the mail. Okay, here two arguments we have. Just give 1 minute time. I place the quiz link in the chat box. If it asks the code is also provided in the chat box. Everyone, 88 members are participating in this quiz, but coming to quiz only 50 members are participating. The remaining members, I don't know why. So everyone, please participate in the quiz. The link is available in the chat box. Okay. So about CX, somebody gives that about CX. So CX is actually not a command. So CX is a command name, user defined command name. Instead of CX, you can give anything. So today class, what we learn? So how to, oh yes, accepting the arguments, the command arguments, how to give arguments for user-defined commands. Yes, very good. Remaining students, only 20, 9479 166. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Remaining people, write down one new thing you learned today. Okay. Now we move to quiz. Some of you please participate in the quiz. This is not to check your knowledge. So, are you listening the class or not? That's it. Okay. Some of you participate in the quiz. Yeah. So please click on the link available in the chat box. So tomorrow onwards, I give the attendance based on the quiz. If the 37 members are presenting means we are going to give the attendance for those 37 members. So remaining members not listening the class. I think that is the correct. Everyone who are participating in the quiz, please give your response in the chat box. Chat box in the app, Zoom app. Okay. So only 40 members. Yeah. Who are participating in the quiz, please give your response in the chat box. So based on that, I find who are not participating in the chat box, the quiz. So based on that, I am going to give the attendance. So just 1 minute. After 1 minute, you come back to your quiz. So when you are giving the response in the chat box, so after that, you come back to quiz. Okay. Thank you. So let us start the quiz. So which command is used to change the permissions of a file? So how we can change the permissions in our class? chgroup, chmod, chown, change command. So by using the which command, we can change the permissions of a file. Yes, chmod is correct answer. Very good. 35 members use the correct answer. Salaikya, Kavya, Kusuma. These are the top 3. So question 2. So which command is used to print message on console? So how we can print the message on monitor? The print echo printf scanf. The which command is used to print message on console? The print echo printf scanf. Yes, echo is the correct answer. Very good. 37 members gives the correct response. After 2 questions, Kusuma, Kavya, Pravalika. These are the top 3. So question 3. Identify pipe operator. Identify pipe operator. Cap and asterisk or. Which symbol we are using for pipe operation? Identify pipe operator. Cap and asterisk or symbol. Yes, or is the symbol. Or is the correct answer. So after 3 questions, Kusuma, Kavya, Nemo. Who is the Nemo? So question 4. Identify output redirection operator. Output redirection operator. Greater than, less than, and dollar. Identify output redirection operator. Identify output redirection operator. Greater than, less than, and dollar. Yes, greater than symbol is correct answer. Kusuma, Pravalika, Kavya. These are the top 3. The last question. Last question. Chmod plus W file 1 means chmod plus W file 1 means grant writing permission for others, grant writing permission for group, grant writing permission for all the users, grant writing permission for owner. Chmod plus W file 1 means the time's up. The grant writing permission for all the users. Plus W means providing the permission for all ending. All. Now we can check who is on the leaderboard after completion of all the questions. Okay. So Kusuma, Pravalika, Manikanta, Kavya, and Manikanta, another Manikanta, Indusai, Seshu, Sai Chand, Gopi Chand, Shankar. These are the top 10 for today quiz. So thank you all. If you have any doubt, anybody have? Okay, thank you. So today we end the session. I have the meeting. So thank you all.